So, Shedeur Sanders got in trouble twice. Now, listen, at the end of the day, what he did was wrong. He was speeding. I believe what he was doing technically is considered criminally speeding. But at the end of the day, did he hurt anybody? No. Could he have hurt somebody? Absolutely yes. Should you ever speed? Absolutely no. But this is not a game breaking or a game or career ending type of mistake. Although Colin Cowherd says now he is officially out. When you fall to 144 in the draft and then try to match number behind the wheel of a car, yeah, I don't think the same. He's officially out on quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Which, yeah, I mean, listen, he's a young kid. He's going to make dumb mistakes. He's going to do dumb things. Is it right? No. He was going 91 in a 65. He got caught on June 5th, right? Then he got caught 12 days later going 101 in a 60. You know, I'm almost to a point where I do got to give him credit. That's what I got to give him credit for. Normally, in these situations, the player will post this on Instagram or Twitter, and they'll post in their, like on their like feed or whatever, a picture of the pedometer and say, "Hey man, going fast." He didn't do that, so I do give him a lot of credit. But again, listen. At the end of the day, like, is it right what he did? No. Is he a kid? Yes. Is he gonna learn from this? I hope. Right? Does this make him not a good football player? Absolutely. Come on now. No, it doesn't. It doesn't change anything. Yes, definitely he needs some growing up to do, but I think I've actually never got caught speeding, but that's beside the point. I don't usually speed, personally speaking, but I know people who do, and I know people who make stupid mistakes like that. And, it's stuff that definitely is not good. Now he is, and I'm not going to try to justify anything, but I will say you can see it's nighttime. No one else is on the road. So thankfully, both times he got caught at 12:30 a.m. The first time he got caught at 5. That's rough. 5:13 p.m. is rough because that's usually around rush hour, and that's usually when people are coming home from work. So chances of hitting someone is definitely higher. But 91 to 65, again, it's also the highway to that point. I mean, when you get pulled over on the highway, it's a lot different, I feel like, than the back road or main road. I laugh because it's ridiculous. But if he was going this fast during, like, near a school zone, oh my, no. Like, come on, dude. Like, again, this is not a first time a player has been pulled over for, speeding. So it doesn't look like he did anything else. He didn't run. He didn't drive away. He kind of just took his lumps like a man and kind of moved on. So good on him for not doing anything stupid like driving off or trying to outrun the cops. I've seen it before. Just literally, if you're in a situation, pull over, be cooperative with the officer, and take your ticket. Or again, I think if you are a certain speed, they can actually issue you a criminal ticket. They usually don't arrest you on the spot. Normally what they do is they give you a criminal ticket. You got to go to court, and then you potentially could face jail time. I'm sure in the situations in Ohio, he's the Cleveland quarterback. They're not going to issue him a criminal ticket. Well, they're not going to arrest him, I meant to say, but they might issue him a criminal citation. I don't know. I think you have to be over like 100 and something in order to hit that. Every state is different when it comes to how fast you have to be going. But again, like I said, listen, it's stupid. It's stupid. It's reckless. And he could have hurt somebody. And that's unacceptable. But it is what it is, I hate to say that because it's like, it's not right what he did. But he was speeding. He's a young kid. Just got all that money. He's doing reckless crap. I will say, and this goes for majority of stuff I've heard about him. Now, keep in mind, not everything is true. Okay, not everything is true about Shedeur Sanders. Everything I've seen, he's very God first type of guy. He posts on Twitter about God, and I do appreciate that. Christ is king. But I will say that with the interviews, obviously people are leaking that he was, just an absolute butthead in interviews. If that is the case, I'm not saying it is, but if it is, just maturing, kind of growing up a little bit. Stuff like this. I mean, listen, there's people who are 50, 60 years old getting caught speeding, right? There's people who are 20. Speeding is a weird thing. It's like there's people who are 20 all the way up to 60 who speed. But let's try not to do that, At the end of the day, Shedeur, you're trying to be a quarterback for the Cleveland Brownies. You got to be a mentor. With being a franchise quarterback, a starting quarterback, you got to be a mentor. You got to teach young kids how to act, how to, do your stuff, how to kind of be a man here, right? So let's set a better example for younger kids. Not out there speeding and doing stuff like this reckless. Again, like I said, it doesn't change my opinion on him as a football player. Thankfully, no one got hurt. Thankfully, he did not hurt anybody, and I will say, thankfully, he did not flee the scene of the crime. I'm just going to put that one in there. Because there's a player, I'm going to say who fled the scene of a crime when they were in a traffic accident. He did not. He took his lumps like a man. He took his ticket. I'm sure he's going to pay it. He'll probably get points on his license. Yeah. On June 16th, records indicate Sanders failed to appear at the arraignment involving the incident. He didn't show up to court. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing? He didn't show up to court. Okay. Oh, man, come on. And then you were pulled over the next day. So, and then you have a court date in July 3rd. So, he got pulled over June 5th. Did not show up to court on June 16th, 11 days later. Got pulled over again on June 17th, the next day. And now he has to go to court on July 3rd for this ticket. But he didn't show up for the first ticket. And I thought if you don't show up to court, they can issue a warrant for your arrest. Which I'm kind of interested. Can they... Yeah, someone said for that record he could be arrested. But I'm confused because it says he didn't show up to court for his first one. Yeah, he failed to show up to court. So, is this like he's a football player type of, wink wink? Like, 'cause this doesn't make sense to me. If you fail to show up to court, normally, and especially with that speed, because that's almost criminal speed, 31 over, well, no, what is this? 5, that would be 26 over. I don't think 26 over, they might get you criminal speed for that. Usually, criminal speed, I feel like it's like 30 plus over. All right, well, come on, man. I just did a whole entire thing about at least, you're taking it like a man, and now, you got to show up to court, dude. You got to show up to court.